Kelsey, that lead got down to, I think, 4 pretty early in that third quarter. What did you see you guys change well to rally out of that and stay ahead in this one?
I think it was more about like discipline. I know I had like a turnover on baseline, then we missed like 3 box outs, and like that's not stuff you see on the scoreboard, and that's what everybody cares about, what's only on the scoreboard. But I think in order for us to be who we need to be for a playoff run, like the rebounding, knowing who we're guarding, like not having like live ball turnovers was kind of like, it was pivotal in that third quarter, and so we got gut checked because it could have easily flipped the other way. But I think you see our growth.
Steph talked about momentum heading into the playoffs. Is something you guys could gain today. What do you feel like, especially defensively, you did add that you can carry over into the weekend?
I know a lot of people will talk about Nafisa not playing, but I think they're really good without her. They're just a really great basketball team. So I think it was a big win for us because they set the bar high standard wise. We know what to expect when it comes to Minnesota Lynx, and so I think going into the playoffs, it was big for us because, being able to know, Courtney Williams, knowing that her thing is a pull-up, knowing that now instead of not knowing that, it's big for us because we give ourselves a chance. And if they are the standard, we get to see where we are.
Kelsey, how much pride do you take in the fact that you started in every game now for 2 straight years, and on top of that, you're now the points per game leader in franchise history?
Man, I don't want to sound cliche, but I'm never gonna give up. I'm never gonna. If I'm able, willingly, 2 feet, 2 legs, 2 arms to play the game, because a lot of people can't. I'm gonna play. It may not, fall my way all the time, but you never have to worry about me not being present, especially if I don't have anywhere else to be. So that's just what that is. I'm never gonna not play and compete. You're never not gonna see me sit out if I don't need to. And so it's just about staying. I obviously haven't really been being who I want to be, but I'm all about basketball when it comes to like just finishing it out.
Following up on that, Odyssey, you played against Kelsey a lot, but now that you're her teammate, what stands out to you about her scoring and the way she goes about working on things like that?
Bucket, instant offense, try your best to keep her in front. Trap, that doesn't work. Hard heads doesn't work. You just gotta play as hard as you can just to really keep her in front of you. Like seriously. I mean, a lot of people say, it's a fact, but you ask who's one of the toughest guards, who's one of the hardest guards to guard, she's definitely number 1.
Appreciate that.
Hands down, but I'm thankful she's my teammate. See what she does to opponents, I'm like, yes, she's my teammate. I don't have to guard anymore. So I'm very thankful, but I can keep going on and on, but y'all get the picture. She's, like I said, she's a bucket. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to call her my teammate. She's incredible on and off the court.
You guys feel like you could take a deep breath for a minute or 2 now? Because there's been so much sort of pressure. We got to make the playoffs. Then you did it. Now you've finished and you've got a few days before you start the playoffs.
I won't speak for but I feel like we never really have off. Like, I don't think there's like off because I think like now, like mentally, it's like preparation. I will say from a body standpoint, it gives us a couple of days to all get back what we need. I'm sure that we all could use tomorrow off as far as body-wise, but I think the mental preparation starts like right now, which kind of is crazy.
Odyssey, how thankful are you that you joined the Fever?
I'm very thankful. Another opportunity that came to me, just staying ready when, waiting for another opportunity to come. I'm happy to be here. I love my teammates. I love this organization from top to bottom. Couldn't have asked to be in a better situation. We're going to the playoffs, so I'm excited.
Hey, fans are chanting for KK coming to the game at the end there. Obviously, her minutes have fluctuated throughout the season, but what have you guys admired about how she's handled this year?
I've seen her since the beginning, so I guess I have a little experience. I'll say that for one, when it comes to being a professional, she's mastered already, and it's only her first year, so that's already a big part of it. Just learning how to be a pro, and I think when it comes to fluctuation of minutes and playing or not playing, you never have to worry about KK not being present. She's one of the ones that she'll give you her energy. She'll give you all of her if she has to. It's happened a couple games with myself, and she's poured into me when I needed it most. And I think it just goes to show who KK is as a player and a person.
I know we talked about in the beginning of the season how the goal was the championship, and there were so many ups and downs, especially with the injuries. Now that you guys are here and have a shot to do that, how do you think that adversity is going to help push you into a deep run?
I guess, I've only been here for a short time. Obviously, I'm a little more adjusted now. But, when you look at this team, even before I got here, like you said, everything that they've been through all season, it's preparing us for the new season. New season starts on Sunday. Everybody's 0-0. Anything can happen. We're not looking at regular season, what we did, what our record was. We have a new record. We have different mindset. And like Kel said, yes, we don't play until Sunday, but the preparation starts now. Our mindset, yes, we get to rest our bodies, but at the end of the day, when we come back Thursday, we're treating it as if we play later on that day. We're treating Friday as if we play later on Friday. We have to change it completely, and it's do or die. Playoffs, every team steps up a little bit more. And I'm excited to be with this team. I think that we have another level that, like Coach said, we reach it sometimes where you see where we're really, really good, and we have our moments where, it's kind of up and down. But, man, we get it together, and just staying where we're really, really good, and we keep it there at all times, nobody will be able to beat us.
Odyssey, how significant was it for you to first have opportunity here and then show that you were a tremendous fit and maybe reaffirmed what you can do in this league to maybe thousands more people?
It's not my first rodeo. I think the last couple of years I've been here, there, a little bit everywhere. So to have another opportunity, this one is special. This one means a lot more to me than any other team I've been on, and it's not because of the injuries. It's not because of, the situation happened. I'm here because of it. I just look at it as, I'm just grateful. I am really surrounded by a group of women that are genuine, that are really, really, really sweet on and off the court. We really love each other. There's no problems in the locker room. We get on each other. We hold each other accountable. And it's nothing. It's okay, I got you. Everybody always has something to say. We pour into each other, and we keep pouring into each other. We all know it's basketball. Everybody has their days where Kels may not be, it may not be her night, or it may not be AB's night, but that's what you have teammates for, to continue to talk throughout the game. Hey, you got it. You got the next one. Hey, you're okay. You're good. And sometimes that goes a long way, and that moment can help your teammate throughout the rest of the game. It can help them just with the confidence for the next game. You just never know. So that's key, and that's just what I'm learning with being with this group. Continue to pour into each other. It goes a long, long way, and especially when it's genuine, it hits different.
Like pregame about learning about the team momentum today. What do you feel like you gained from this? Kelsey just talked specifically about feeling good about your defense versus a pretty good team today.
Yeah, especially early in that first quarter, I thought we were disruptive. I thought we did a good job of making them take tough shots. We did a good job of making everything difficult. There were ebbs and flows of that throughout the course of the day, or the game. But I think for us, the way that we came out in the first quarter was really impressive.
You're the decision maker of who goes in the game when the crowd is chanting for Michaela Timpson like that. What's going through your head? How does that feel for you, especially in a blowout?
I didn't have a blowout. I obviously KK was going to get in the ball game, but they were on a run too. So there's a lot of things factors that go into it. But I love that our fans love KK. She is a great human being. She's going to be a hell of a player. And you've seen flashes of it right now. We call her Baby Tosh, but she's just got so much ahead of her. And so yeah, I'm happy that they love her, and happy she was able to get out there.
These last 3 games were pretty high stakes games with playoffs on the line and whatnot. How much confidence does that give you going into the actual playoffs now?
I think it gives us a lot of confidence, knowing that we can meet the moment at times. I think that if when we get a chance to sort of reflect back, it's how we meet the moment in every game, as opposed to the ones where your back's against the wall. But every game is a back against the wall game now, and being able to put some consistency together, being able to start to see a flow with our new players and our core group. I've been pleased with what we've been able to do over these last 3 games.
Yeah, you talked pregame about fine-tuning, rotations, substitutions. Just what did you like about that today, and what do you think could improve?
We can improve by not giving up a 15-4 run to end the game. I mean, the reality is that you want to feel good about a win like this, and you do, but that leaves a bad taste in your mouth. So, for me, I like our rotations early. We kind of got pressed a little bit into it with Lexi's foul trouble. Kind of got pressed a little bit in with AB's foul trouble too. But I like our rotations early. I think Ariel Powers comes in and she made an impact right away, which is exactly what we needed. Bree Turner came in and really gave us what we needed defensively. Dee and her ability to space the floor and knock down shots. And that's what we need. We need everybody to do what they do best. And nobody needs to play, outside of themselves. And I was happy with our balance. Our balance, not just in our scoring, but in our field goal attempts as well. So a lot of things to be pleased about.
You talked about Ariel. She has been putting impressive plus-minus numbers. Plus 22 on Sunday, plus 20 on Friday, and team high plus 16 before the last few minutes today. How do you evaluate her impact on the floor?
Her energy, number one. She comes in and she brings energy. She's got good size. She can score. So her ability to come in and just make plays for us. And I love that she's a big, strong rebounding guard. Because really Lexi is our only big guard that we have now. So having AP come in and give us the impact that she does from an energy and production standpoint is important.
Yeah, you obviously had the shirt changed to the MVP Mitchell shirt, and I think Kelsey was the first player in Fever history to average over 20 points per game. Just what can you say to her impact this season?
The first in Fever history?
That is correct.
Wow.
That's correct.
Wow. It's impressive. Kelsey Mitchell is a scorer. She has always been a scorer. For her to not just do what she does well and do it in an efficient manner, but then to take on playmaking abilities for her teammates, I think has really expanded her game a little bit and really showed what she's capable of doing. And by the way, we've had to put her on sometimes the best perimeter defenders or best perimeter offensive players, especially the ones that are in ball screens a lot. So we continue to put more on Kelsey Mitchell's plate, and she just continues to rise to the challenge. So I'm incredibly proud of her. She's been through the ringer and in this organization, and she deserves to continue to elevate her game in the way that she has, and under different circumstances. So I'm proud of her. She's carried us.
Earlier you mentioned ebbs and flows, and it's kind of been a tough season, up and down in the adversity. What are some of the things, or who are some of the people that have helped you stay grounded and sane amid all the ups and downs?
My family, certainly. I don't know how many people in the room have children, but children humble you real quickly. And they also don't care whether you win or lost most of the time. Mine are getting older, so they do a little bit now. And so it's able to, when I go home and I get to be mom, it kind of brings me back to what's really important. It's yes, we want to win games. Yes, we want to win championships. Yes, we want to continue to grow and develop. But at the end of the day, we play and coach basketball, and we do it because we love it. Because we've loved this sport and this kids game since we were young. So it does give me the perspective sometimes that you need. And I think the older that I get, and being involved in championship, teams at various levels, you have to really understand. I know everybody thinks it's so easy to win a championship. You have to understand how hard it is. Everything has to fall in line. Everything. And winning championships is incredibly difficult. And winning games in the best league in the world is incredibly difficult. And I'm really proud of these guys for what they've continued to be able to do. But yeah, I rely on my family and my mentors who continue to give me great feedback and help me put one foot in front of the other.
Steph, what was the message in terms of celebrating how you closed out the regular season and then refocusing going into Sunday?
Yeah, obviously, we're pleased with being able to get another win. Pleased with the way that the last 3 games we've been able to find ways. Not pleased with the fourth quarter. And so the message is, if we want to, we're not happy to just be in the playoffs. We want to compete in the playoffs. We want to be a team that is competing for championships. And in order to compete for championships, you don't play the score. You don't play the opponent, you play the standard. And, we did not play the standard the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. And we've got to be better. We've got to be better in that. And you know, I think that's part of the journey. Coaches are never satisfied. We're never happy. But it's also part of the mentality that we have to have as a team to accomplish the things that we want to accomplish. It's an everyday thing.
If you're not happy, does that mean the team would be satisfied if you didn't push them like that?
I hope not. I hope not. You know, I mean, that's our job, right? Is to you know, we understand how to pour into them and to build confidence and to do all of those things. But there's also an accountability piece to it, and I think that, you know, it's obviously easier to do it in wins. But I think this group is very hungry for that. They're hungry to compete and win championships, and what that entails. You don't just most people don't just have. You have to learn it. I think I said it pregame. There's no substitute for experience. Our guys are getting a lot of experience this season in things that we need to know and to have to be able to position us, whether it's this year, whether it's in the future, to compete at the level that Minnesota is competing at.
Kind of following up on that, with everything that has happened so far this season between the injuries and bringing new people in and all of that, does that make the fact that you have the chance to do everything right to win that championship, does that make that a little more satisfying?
I think so. You know, I think I'm careful to say satisfying as opposed to pleased, right? Like pleased with what we've been able to do, pleased with how we've been able to do it. You know, never satisfied. You know, and I think that's it's just a part of staying hungry to accomplish things that you've not accomplished as a group before. You know, very rarely is any team ever the same. You know, it's one of the things that you get to this time of year, and it's really recognizing, you know, who's right beside you, because it's likely it's not going to be the same, you know, after this season. And so, you know, relishing the moments, understanding that this group has an opportunity to do some things that are really special, and our core group and whoever we're able to bring back and in here is laying a foundation to consistently do some special things.
Awesome.
Coach, what is the schedule for the next few days, and what do you expect of those days before Sunday's game?
Yeah, we'll be off tomorrow, and then we'll get back to work on Thursday. You know, we'll spend Thursday really working on us. You know, we've had to scale back a lot in some of the things that we've done, so, you know, we want to be able to add or tweak a few things as we head into playoffs. We can't completely open up, you know, the playbook, but I think within reason, we want to be able to make some adjustments and add some things. So we'll spend Thursday working on us, and then on Friday we'll know an opponent, and we'll start prepping and getting ready.